Welcome back everyone, Meanpooh here, and today I'm going to try a game called Planet Alpha. The game is developed by Planet Alpha Ops and published by Team 17 Digital Limited. It was released on September 4th, 2018. After checking out the product website looking for info, it's considered an atmospheric side-scroller platformer mixed with puzzles, stealth, and exploration. The website also says that it is an adventure that takes place in a living alien world where you have the ability to control the night and day. It also states that the game combines fast platforming, challenging puzzles, and stealth moments with a unique art style to create an unforgettable experience. To me, that's a pretty vague description for story. When you start the game, you will control a character that looks as if he is either stranded, escaping from something or someone, or trying to get to some destination. Your character looks to be some sort of humanoid with 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head. You are limping, which could insinuate that it's hurt. After some time of walking through the desert, mountainous regions, and other areas, the alien collapses in front of a cave that resembles a face. You wake up and immediately notice how beautiful the game looks. The game is practically eye-candy. There are creatures in the background moving around and some plantation that looks as if it could eat you. Shortly after you make it to some sort of shrine, you will solve a puzzle and what looks to be a map is revealed to you. To me, it could be the destination that you are supposed to be going to, or it could be a map of the regions that are being overrun by the invaders. The map sequence is very similar to the movie Prometheus, when David discovers the engineer's map. Following this, the invaders crash into the shrine and they seem to be on a seek and destroy mission. There are big robots, little flying robots, tri-leg robots, and giant robots that you will see later. If they see you, they will kill you on sight, so you have to duck and hide to outwit them. After escaping, you will end up in a cavern deep in the planet. There are eggs everywhere. I believe that is what they are. Very similar to ant eggs if you've ever seen those. It really is surreal down there, especially when you arrive. There are giant creatures lurking around and you have to be careful not to get stepped on by them. I noticed when you are walking around, your footsteps sound like they are making a squishy sound. Pretty nasty. While playing, you will notice that the native inhabitants are not having it and they are fighting back, even the ones that will kill you if you get close. After the beetle kills some of the invaders, you make it out of the cavern, only to come face to face with more of them. The beetle bug is on a rampage and causes a big distraction, which gives you time to get out. Making it out of the second cavern, you realize that this is an invasion. There are many of the bots marching with motion detectors in the air and big guns or what looks like to be drills on wheels. The story seems to give you hints on what's going on without actually saying it. Next, you will end up in the jungle where you can use the environment to your advantage, like dropping bones on the enemy or running them over with a broken piece of rock. You've probably seen this before in games like Limbo, Inside, and the game called Black the Fall. Things start to go a little vertical. A lot of climbing is in this section, and there is what I call a boss battle in which you have to escape its big claws. After making it past that, you will find a small building that the enemy is constructing with a glowing sphere inside. When you touch it, you are transported to another area where there is a lot of platform jumping. It's interesting as the jumping height is increased, which could be because of gravity. There are blocks going up and down, to and fro, and spinning as they come towards you. You must use these as platforms to get to the end and escape. When you finally make it out, there is more platforming, and that is where I stopped. It's a little too much for me, and I think it was overkill. I'm sure there was more action ahead, but I wasn't interested in pushing on. Puzzles were not that bad and could be figured out with just a little bit of thinking. I think some of the obstructions, which would be the robot invaders, got a little tiresome. You avoid them by ducking in the grass or behind rocks. It works for the most part, but other times when you are in the clear, you could just get a laser in the ass and have to start all over. And you're just wondering, like, where did that laser come from? The game looks so good, and you can tell that they had some creative talent doing the artwork. I mentioned it in the stream that I wish No Man's Sky looked like this. Not the side-scroller part, but the art style and, the detail. Oh, let's not forget about the time manipulation. Well, I used it a couple times to realign a planet. I used it to make night and day, which made the plants bloom, therefore I could hide from the enemy, and that's pretty much about it. Maybe there is more later on in the game as well, but I'm not going to find out. Maybe later on down the road, but not right now. Performance wise, this is what I got. Looking at the numbers, the lower the preset, the CPU increased, while at the same time the FPS kind of inched up. All in all, Planet Alpha is a big ball of ooh and ah. You're just wondering what can top what you've just seen. It's truly a visual experience. If you can get past some of the painful platforming and hiding mechanics, then I think you'll enjoy it. Now with the Acer Nitro 5, I am noticing that with the new games getting released, I see the temps slowly increasing. This could be due to more computation with the CPU and GPU. I'm just not sure. One other thought that came to mind is that the thermal paste needs to be replaced with a reputable brand. These are just my assumptions, so take it with a grain of salt. And in closing, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you would like to see more, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next game. Meanpooh, out. Meanpooh.